Coming up on the Sports Desk, can the Ambassador boys hoop team keep their win streak alive? We'll see. The North High Saxon girls were back in action, and we're going to hear from this year's team as well. Plus, we're going to hang 10 with the Torrance Tartars surf team. And you'll meet two Torrance natives offering two different kinds of training. All this and so much more. The Sports Desk begins right now. Welcome, everyone, to the only sports show designed with the Torrance sports fan in mind. We are The Desk. I'm your host, AJ Vittone. Thank you so much for stopping by. And before we talk about another perfect record in basketball, allow me to sound like a broken record regarding social media. Don't forget to hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share your videos, photos, and by all means, provide us with some story ideas for future stories. FYI, our email address has been updated, so please send your emails to thesportsdesk@torranceca.gov. The players on the Ambassador High School boys basketball team haven't announced their New Year's resolutions yet, at least not publicly, although I think I know what one of them might be: stay perfect. The Lions don't play again until 2018, and you can safely say they ended 2017 with a bang. Ambassador started their season with 9 straight wins. Their most recent victims were the Panthers of Lennox Academy. Ambassador cheerleaders letting everyone know that their team is going to rock the house. Second half action, Lions up 6. Alejandro Garcia with the rebound for Pacific Lutheran. He gives the pumpkin to Andres Brazao. Nice spinning hook underneath. That's high percentage. The Panthers cut the lead to 4. 5:46 to go in the game. Lions work the ball around. Ethan Sanchez in the corner. The trace is in your face. Panthers call a timeout. They need to regroup. Lions, on the other hand, starting to pull away in this one. And here's evidence of that. Watch the ball movement again. Very nice. Caleb Grant, two's a company. Watch this. Three's a crowd. That three put the Lions up 63-49. Lions in transition now. Marcos Bedola is all alone in the corner. He knocks down the money ball. Lions in the zone. And there's more where that came from. Caleb Grant hits again from beyond the arc. Ambassador up by 20 now, 71-51. They go on to win it by the final of 71-53, 9-0. That's a pretty good record. Elsewhere in boys hoops, the Warriors of West High beat Valley Christian 59-48. They're now 8-2 on the season. The Tartars lose a tough one at home. They're now 1-7 on the season. The Spartans lose on the road. They fall to 1-5. The Saxons suffered a road loss as well. They're now 0-6. And as for the #1 team in the state, a.k.a. the Knights of Bishop Montgomery, they improved to 7-0 with an easy win over West Ranch. Now, it's true what they say. If you'd like to be the best, first you have to beat the best. The Bishop Montgomery girls basketball team hosted the second best team in the state recently. The Wildcats of Windward High School are ranked #2 for a reason, but to the Knights' credit, they're not ducking anyone. Knights trailed by just 3 points after the first quarter. Junior Kayla Padilla, right here, scored a team-high 20 points. Windward's Charisma Osborne led everyone with 21 points. Story of this game, though, Wildcats outscored the Knights 31-9 in the second quarter and led by 25 at the half. Second half now, Wildcats up by 35. Asia Marrero, she will go inside and use the window. Coming up right here, and the Wildcats, well, you know what? They're not ranked second in the state for nothing. One bright spot for the Knights, though. Let's check out the end of the game now. Knights freshman Anna Andre. She will catch fire. She nails this one here from long distance. And then Nicole Hayase right here, the inbounds pass. And who ends up with it? Well, it's Andre. She hits again from beyond the arc. Andre finished with 9 points, by the way. But there was just too much Windward in this one. Wildcats win it by the final of 85-54. Knights fall to 3-2 on the season. The Saxons of North High were trying to rebound from a loss on the road to Dana Hills. North returned home to entertain the Dons of Cerritos High School. If the Saxons win, they'll get back to 500. Head coach Lauren Kamiyama instructing her Saxons right there. North had a 15-point lead early in the first quarter, and then this happened. Tracy Nakamura underneath with the bucket, and all of a sudden, Cerritos is only down by a point. End of the first half now. Madison Shigeta has seen enough. The trace is in your face. 3 of her game-high 17 points. North leads 26-22 at the break. Second half now. Saxons refuse to give up the lead. North in transition now. Get the rock to Shigeta. Maddie lays it in. She's got Maddie skills. Saxons up 31-22 now. This time, Saxons go inside. That's Jane Iani. High percentage. She finished with 9 points. Saxons in control. North would go and win. They win it by the final of 49-38, improving to 4-4 on the season. All right, the Saxons are playing 500 ball right now, and that's pretty impressive for 2 reasons. The first, a whole bunch of seniors graduated from last year's squad. The second reason, this means they're a young team, a very young team. But don't let that fool you. Despite having a total of 6 sophomores and only 4 seniors on this year's squad, the Saxons are still deep. They just appear young on paper.
There's a lot different. We graduated 7 seniors last year, so a big graduating class. But we have a good mix from kids returners from last year, and then we have a lot of sophomores this year. We're pretty young, grade level wise, but experience wise, we should be okay.
I think our chemistry is getting really better this year because we've played a multiple number of games, and I think that we're pretty much working on our defense pretty much all throughout the year.
We're still really young, and we're still need a lot of practice, but I think we're going to be good.
As the old saying goes, speed kills, and because North is a small team this year, speed was a big reason for their recent success. The Saxons' up-tempo style is forcing opponents to play at their pace, which is fast.
The strengths are obviously our quickness. As you can see, we're not very tall, so we have to make that height up somewhere. So we're going to play fast and try to pressure up to get some skills.
We try to play fast in transition, try not to set up too much.
We're a very fast team. We pretty much like to run up and down the court, and I think that's what we're going to bring to the court. We're trying to make the teams get slower and pretty much push them.
Getting out in transition will be important for the Saxons, and the seniors will be responsible for making that happen. And since the style is fast-paced, the communication will need to be as well.
The seniors, we look for leadership. We look for leadership from them, guiding our younger players, getting them through tough times, whether it's making a mistake or whether it's just improving from game to game.
I'm very excited for my senior year because for the past years I've been under the shadows pretty much for the upperclassmen, and right now I'm pretty much trying to work on my vocal skills and pretty much get the team involved.
I'm working on leading the team through making sure everyone knows where to go and the plays and just doing the basic things.
As of right now, North is 4-4 on the season, and there's still plenty of basketball to be played. And so far, these non-league games have served as a good test for the young Saxons.
We're just looking to improve game to game. For me, it's about just making sure we improve from game to game. Obviously, you want to put emphasis on non-league games for playoff purposes, but ultimately, what it comes down to is the league games. So for us, it's a matter of competing every single game, letting our hard work and hustle dictate what the outcome's going to be.
All right, we're going to take a quick time out, but whatever you do, don't go anywhere because you won't want to miss this. Coming up next, the Saxon girls soccer team. They were back in action against Lawndale. We'll have the highlights. Plus, we've got adult league soccer from the Toyota Sports Complex. And Surf's Up. Let's get some waves. What do you say? Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Remember to follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Share your story ideas, post your photos and videos. We want to hear from you, Torrance. After all, this is your show, so be sure to get involved. All right, the North High girls soccer team had won 2 straight heading into their recent home game with Lawndale High School. During that time, the Saxons scored a total of 17 goals while giving up 0. That's right, goose egg. Not too shabby. Saxons looking for their 3rd straight shutout. 33rd minute of the game, no score, not for long. North High junior Megan Perkey, that's using your head. The heads-up assist to fellow junior Sarah Stahl, who boots it in top shelf. That's where Mama dusts the knickknacks. 1-0 Saxons near the end of the half. Lawndale's goalkeeper is out of the net, falls down. Alyssa Gill in the corner, she shoots. And then Mylena Faida on the doorstep right there. She's credited with the goal. The Saxons junior gives North a 2-0 lead into the half. And they weren't finished, that's for sure. Second half action, Saxons up 3-0 at this point. And then Mylena Faita again, nice footwork. She gets the rock over to Desiree Genis, and then she leaves it on the doorstep. Alyssa Gill will do the scoring, her 2nd goal of the game. North goes on to win this one by the final of 4 to Goose Egg. They improve to 3-0 on the season. Ambassador High School senior Alyssa Bobich and the Lions had their hands full in their recent contest against Pacific Lutheran. This was the first conference game for the Lions. Pacific Lutheran would win by the final of 4-1. Ambassador falls to 1-4 on the season, 0-1 in conference play. And while we're talking soccer, let's head back to the Toyota Sports Complex and check out one of their adult co-ed leagues. Even pro soccer players who are in between seasons are competing in these. Sports Desk reporter Danny Miskell explains.
Torrance, if you love to play soccer, then LA Galaxy has an outdoor field waiting for you. Right now we got games going on behind me with the Adult Co-ed League, and we went ahead and asked these players how their experience has been this season. Going up on a Tuesday. This is an outdoor 7v7 league, and they started playing together back in October. They come out every Tuesday night, and it's an opportunity for any adult to join who just wants to play soccer. It's laid back, has the right amount of competition, and it's a good way for these guys to blow off some steam.
Just get some energy out. You know, it's an adult league, so you got people working, and after a long day of work, come get that stress, let it go.
And it's all about who you know, right? A lot of these players were recruited through friends of friends, and it's been growing, which is exactly what the league wants, because then there will be a good variety of teams to play against.
My brother knows a lot of the people on this team, and they were looking for players, so I just decided to come and play.
My coach, actually, he has friends that volunteer here as the reffing, so he told us to come out here and try it out after season.
And it's pretty close to being one big happy family, because most of these guys go way back. A lot of them have even been playing together since high school, so they're used to playing together. And trust me, when they're on the field, they don't hold back.
It's scary, honestly. I am very, soccer is very competitive, but especially against guys and, us being girls, they go as hard as they would go against the guys. So it's just, it's really competitive once we all play together. But other than that, I love playing.
The league plays at the Toyota Sports Complex, and the field in and of itself is pretty unique, because we're talking about a mini version of an 11-a-side field, but shrunken down into a 7v7. And why, might you ask? Because it was built for more contact.
You get a lot more touches than in 11v11 and a lot more goal-scoring opportunities too, so that makes it exciting and fun for everybody that played back in the day and wants to keep fit and enjoy the game still.
Back in the day for guys like Clifton, who used to train in the Olympic Development Program. Only now he's not playing soccer because he's required to. He's playing because it's all about coming out and having a good time.
I played soccer since I was 11, so it's what I used to get out, and now that I'm older and I'm an adult, I gotta choose my own stuff to do, and soccer is something that's always been there. Why not do it, you know?
Why not? There's plenty of room for more, and if you love to play soccer and you got plans to get more active for the new year, then come check out this Adult Co-ed League, because they would be more than happy to have you.
It's all very lighthearted, and we just enjoy playing the game, so it's not as serious as it sounds.
Reporting from the Toyota Sports Complex, I'm Danny Miskell for the Sports Desk.
Danny, thanks. Like Danny said, for more information, you can send Kyle an email. That would be kyle.holland@lagalaxysc.com. You can also visit the website directly, lagalaxysc.com, or you can give them a call at 888-576-2237. All right, it's time to go looking for some shoulders, in the surfing sense, of course. The Torrance High School surf team were hitting the waves recently, and that's because the Tartars were competing in the SBSA Surf League Showdown. It was taking place at Torrance Beach. Tartars taking on San Pedro High School. There are 6 surfers per heat, by the way, 3 from each team. The first place finishers score a total of 6 points. Last place, only a single point. San Pedro takes first and second place in the first 2 heats. At this point, they're leading the competition by the score of 26-16. Nice closeout barrel from Aiden Morvis, but he settles for third in the shortboard heat. Judges looking on. Let's go to heat 3. That's where Maddie Watson claims first place in the shortboard, and that boosted Torrance's score by 6 points. Watson is a senior from Torrance, and she's been on the team since her freshman year. Now, if you're keeping score, this guy here, Brian Brainerd, he grabbed first place in heat 4 for the longboard, and that would earn another 6 points for the Tartars. Brian has been on the team since his freshman year as well. He's also on the varsity golf team. Let's check back in with Maddie Watson. She takes heat 5 in longboard. Look at that. She's in the zone. Let's get Coach Johnston's thoughts.
I told the kids that they're really just going to try to look for some shoulders anywhere they can, drop in, get slotted. I mean, it's thumping out there. It's kind of closed out.
Yeah, I'm pretty used to surfing these conditions just because we practice here, and surfing in the winter kind of gets you used to having to deal with the bigger waves.
San Pedro goes on to win by the final of 74-52. The Tartars return to action the week of January the 8th. Okay, we're going to take one last pause, but I wouldn't go anywhere if I were you because you won't want to miss this. Still to come, it's time to get to know your neighbors. One of these Torrance natives is a CrossFit expert and competitor. The other is a master in the art of Taekwondo. You're going to meet both of them right after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you follow sports in the Torrance area, you should recognize this next lady. She was a basketball standout at South High School. She also played at USC, and now she's doing something a little different. But don't worry, she's still an incredible athlete and a great competitor. SportsDesk reporter Cedric Welton explains.
Jamie Hagia is a former South High Spartan who excels at anything she picks up. From dominating the competition in basketball, she looked for new ventures. She now owns Torrance Training Lab, a CrossFit gym in our backyard, and is a regular competitor in the CrossFit Games.
I grew up right here in Torrance. I went to South High School and played basketball for 4 years, and then I continued on at USC and played there for 4 years. And then I played overseas a little bit, and then my last thing, I tried out for the Sparks, the Los Angeles Sparks, the WNBA in 2012. When I didn't make the team, there was a guy who owned a CrossFit gym in LA, and he had messaged me and said, hey, you should come out and try it. And I went out one time and I loved it. And then fast forward, we opened up a gym here with my sister and him, and we've been open for almost 5 years.
The training style of CrossFit was created by Greg Glassman in the year 2000 and has built a cult following every year since. One reason for that is this regimen allows people from all walks of life to tap into their best shape.
I think a lot of it is just kind of like in general, I mean, especially being here in Torrance or LA, like health and fitness is important, but I think it's just kind of catching on everywhere that you know, like being healthy and being fit and being strong, it's kind of a good thing for men and women, you know, especially for women. I think anyone who had muscles before was kind of like looked at a little bit, you know, like differently, but I think it's cool that, you know, I saw some of these women when I first started and I thought it was amazing because I had similar body types to them, and I was like, wow, that's cool, they're being praised for that instead of like, oh man, they're too manly or they're too big or, you know, things like that. So I think it's evolving, and it's really neat and great for just all of our culture in general.
CrossFit Games are the world's premier test to find the fittest on earth. It's one of the fastest growing sports in America since its inception in 2007. 40 men, 40 women, and 40 teams gather from all over the world to compete. In 2016, Torrance's very own Jamie Hagia was amongst those chasing the fitness crown.
It meant everything because I had been trying for so long, and when you achieve something that you want so bad, it just was like a dream come true. Competing at the games was a great experience, tough. It was 5 days of competition. I think we had 15 events or 16 events, and it's just your body is tired, but you got to mentally like just push through, and you don't know some of the events that are coming, and you just kind of roll with the punches and do the best you can do.
For the past 7 years, the games took place here in the South Bay, in my hometown of Carson, California. The StubHub Center would showcase the greatest athletes in the world and give us all a look at the sport of fitness. A recent change has since moved the games to a new venue.
I was luckily the last games that was here in Carson was 2016, and this past year, 2017, they moved it to Madison, Wisconsin. So I was so fortunate to be here in my hometown. I got to sleep in my own bed, drive my own car, eat all my own food. But yeah, it's huge. Everyone from around the world came here because it's LA, and there's so many fun things to do and places to go and see. But yeah, we swam right here in the ocean in Redondo, and I grew up there my entire life. Never went swimming in the ocean until that summer I had to like prep for it. So yeah, it was just a really good experience. Made me do things that I have never done before.
The sport of fitness isn't going anywhere, and I for one am on the bandwagon. Reporting from Torrance Training Lab, I'm Cedric Welton for the Sports Desk.
Thank you, Cedric. If you'd like to learn more about Torrance Training Lab, you can visit their website at torrancetraininglab.com or give Jamie and her staff a call at 310-730-0044. All right, from one Torrance native who trains people to another, this next gentleman you're about to meet trained with martial arts icon Chuck Norris. Yes, that Chuck Norris, who, by the way, is also no stranger to Torrance. Now, here's the deal. Master Don Wortman has been teaching Taekwondo for decades. As a matter of fact, his studio here in Torrance is one of the oldest in the South Bay. So we decided to send Sports Desk reporter Danny Miskell to take one of Master Don's classes. And here's what happened. Enjoy.
Taekwondo is the art of kicking and punching. Tonight we visited Master Don's class to learn more in depth about this ancient Korean martial art.
경례 준비.
Master Don trained under the legendary Chuck Norris in 1972, and it was right here in Torrance. He then opened the KUKKIDO studio in 1988, making it one of the oldest schools in the South Bay. Out of all the martial arts, he says Taekwondo is the best foundation builder.
You have all the blocks, the punches, the strikes. It teaches you how to have confidence and courage. It teaches you how to stand up for your rights and stand up for yourself. It teaches you how to have perseverance and complete everything that you start. And I think those are kind of important things.
Mixing the blocks with a punch or a kick or both is called a combination technique. You practice these moves for different fighting scenarios. When you string the combos all together, like right here, it's called a form. This form is called koryo.
That is the first black belt form. Usually you learn it as a first degree black belt. It symbolizes wisdom. It's about cultivating that mental power.
And forms are very important to learn how to put the blocks and punches, kicks together in a pattern so they can remember it, so it becomes instinctive and second nature for them so that they can react when they need to.
In Taekwondo, you will know the measure of your own strength as Master Don teaches you where to hit those pressure points and what it feels like.
A little bit of pain here, a little bit of pain there, but you learn so much from it. If you don't feel it, you don't know how to do it. Yeah.
Now take those moves and apply it in a round of sparring, just like these junior black belts. And sparring isn't the only contact you'll get in Taekwondo. You'll also get to break boards, like I got to do right here. And then there's weapons. Master Don offers his students the option of training with weapons. In martial arts, weapons are considered to be an extension of you. Joshua is holding a Chinese Dao sword, also known as the broadsword, and he said he chose it for a specific reason.
I chose the sword because it kind of means like you have to have control over yourself and discipline to like not use it recklessly or in the wrong area and know how to control yourself with it.
Devin's training with the double-bladed dragon sword. He believes that training with weapons will teach you about this life.
We've also learned spiritual things such as discipline and how to be patient, how to focus your spirit into one thing, just gain all that power.
You will also gain a second language, and you guessed it, Korean. Master Don commands in Korean to keep it traditional. Each command is meant to instill a deeper lesson.
So we say chariot, and chariot means attention. This teaches self-control and discipline. Then we make everybody bow, kyungnae. The bow is very important. to show respect. So we teach them how to use their internal strength, which is called a kiap, which is a yell, a very powerful yell. And when somebody's afraid, all they have to do is key up to show their spirit and their power.
Either key up or just leave it to Master Don. He'll get you out of your shell. It's what he's notorious for doing in class.
He just surprises you, but it turns out into one of the best surprises ever because he opens your mind and shows you stuff that you didn't even know you could do.
He'll also show you that all your training wasn't for nothing.
Which is a good thing because you want to be shown off and see like, oh, wow. So that's what all 11 years of experience can do. If you do like powerful things, then it shows that it was worth it.
Taekwondo will definitely be worth your while. And at the KUKKIDO studio, you will not only learn about self-defense, but you will also learn about the core values of life.
We believe in developing the character of a student. Self-control, discipline, and respect are very important to our school. We think that teaching them values of life, concentration and focus, but also like courtesy, integrity, and perseverance are very important.
Reporting from the KUKKIDO Martial Arts Studio, I'm Danny Miskell for the Sports Desk.
All right, thank you, Danny. Now, for those of you who don't know, Danny has a black belt and is no stranger to martial arts. She keeps the rest of us here in line at the Sports Desk. Hey, for more information or if you'd like to sign up for one of Master Don's classes, and he has a plethora of them, give him a call at 310-370-3500 or visit kukkido.com. And by all means, take advantage of his current special, 3 months for $100. Not bad. Okay, that does it for this week's edition of the Sports Desk. Thank you so much for joining us, as always. We appreciate your support. My name is AJ Vittone, and I've seen, heard, and said enough for 1 week. We'll continue this conversation again next week, I promise. Until then, don't forget to follow the Sports Desk on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and remember, you can email us as well. We'd love to hear from you. That's all the time we have, sports fans. From the Sports Desk family to yours, have a very Merry Christmas. We'll catch you next time right here on the Sports Desk.